You're going to tick me off one of these days. If you keep that up, you're going to tick me off. Every time I come out here, every time I come out here, there's this overgrown lizard. He's got a home around here somewhere now. And whenever I come out here and set, he comes over here and he gets bolder and bolder. Now, listen, I like animals. I like them being around as long as they're not dangerous and as long as they're not destroying something. I don't even kill the snakes that come around. I will generally ignore them until they go away. There was one the other day that was trying to get in my garage. I happened to be standing in there. I had a broom, and when I saw he was heading toward the garage, I'm talking to this thing like he can hear me. I said, "What do you want? You're not coming in here." And I chased him away. Well, he went in my bushes here. I'm sure by now he's already gone. They move on pretty quick. This is that time of year where I say you can't leave your garage door open all the time around here because they will come in. A snake will get into your garage, and if your garage looks like mine with a bunch of crap sitting around, God help you on getting it out of there because it'll get behind stuff, in stuff, on stuff. I had a neighbor not too long ago that was going to check the oil in his golf cart. He pulled the seat up, and laying on top of the battery under his seat was a little snake curled up on the battery. They'll get in there, and you won't get them out. So, just a word to the wise. I know what you're going to say. What are we doing? This ain't porch sitting day. That's Wednesday. You're right. You're exactly right. I come on here for a couple of reasons. I'm just sitting outside. The house air conditioner's working great. It's a nice 74 degrees in there. I got the humidity set in there something like it, I don't know, 50%. Very comfortable. So all that's been taken care of. And Sue went down to talk to the lady that's selling everything since her husband passed away. The one I was telling you about, she's not getting along real well. So Sue goes down there and helps her. And then what happened was she has this big generator that her husband bought to, in case electricity goes out. Got this generator. And Sue asked me yesterday. She said she wanted to know if we wanted it. I said I don't know. I said how much is she wanting for it? She told me more than reasonable. More than reasonable. Maybe she was cutting me a hell of a deal. I don't know, but it's more than reasonable. So as soon as she said that, I said, "Yeah, I'll take it for that because I don't really have a generator here." Well, then they sent us a picture, or Sue sent me a picture of it. She went down and took a picture and sent it to me. It's what you call a contractor generator or a construction grade generator. It's an open frame generator. And if you know anything about that, if you're on a farm or if you're doing construction out on some property somewhere and you need a generator to operate your tools and equipment, this is fine for that. That's not what I was going to use it for. I was going to use it as possible backup generator for my RV. In case this one had a problem, I got a backup generator. I can't use it for that. Or I could use it here at my house thinking if electricity ever goes out, I've been here 8 years and I've never lost electricity yet, but it could happen. And so, you know, I could use it here, but then when I see it as a construction generator, the problem with them is they're loud. It's an open frame. They're loud. That means half the city block here is going to have to hear my generator when it's running, and I don't want to do that either. So even though it was a great price and all this and that, I told Sue, tell her just go ahead and sell it to somebody else because I don't want that. And anyway, that's the way it goes. So I got thinking, you know what? This thing got hot on me the other day when I was sitting out here. Remember when I was trying to get the air conditioner work? I was working for W&L, and maybe I was freaking out a little bit. I don't know. And this thing got so hot it just quit. So I thought, well, I'll come out here and maybe finish up a little bit for what we didn't talk about. So I'm just calling this Beer 30, not Porch Setting number 2. We'll call it Beer 30. Today's beer is Samuel Adams. So if you're sitting outside, I'm sitting outside. I know it's late in the evening. Well, not late, but you know, it's what, after 7 o'clock, I think. I generally don't ever do this. But this is the time of day of sitting outside, really. Nice cool breeze. The temperature is whatever it is. I don't even know what temperature is. And anyway, I thought I'll call it Beer 30 and have a chit chat with you guys. So let me see. Oh, by the way, let me ask you guys a question. Because you guys that come to these live streams, if you'll notice, I've got a lot of subscribers, and only 100 or so will ever come to a live stream. I'm not sure why that is, other than the fact I guess they just don't like them. I don't know. But I've talked to other YouTubers about live stream, and they all tell me the same. Very few people actually will come to the live stream, but they will go to a replay and watch it, I guess, in their own time. So anyway, what I want to ask you is last night, during WNL, for those of you that came to it, I don't even know how many came to it. I didn't watch the numbers. I was too busy doing other things. I wanted to make sure that the WNL went smoothly, that things didn't, go bad. Hold on, look here. We're walking our dogs. I'm just going to show you. This is what happens every evening about this time. Everybody starts walking their dogs all down the street, and they talk. They'll stop out in the middle of the street and they'll talk to each other. She's the first one I've seen, but I guarantee you there'll be a ton of them out here walking their dogs. There's a bird.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
What kind of dog's that?
She's a Chihuahua Beagle. What a combination, huh? She's a rescue.
She looks spoiled.
She is. Very much so.
I don't know who said that. I just saw a remark up there. It says, take your lizard for a walk. Let me tell you, this sucker's eating well. I'm not sure what he's eating. But whatever it is, it's fattening. These birds you see running around here are like, you can hear them. You can probably hear them out here. What are those called? Mockingbirds. Now, they eat anything, really. They go after these lizards, too. They'll come out here and they'll get them and they'll beat them to death. So these lizards has got a lot to be afraid of. That's why I kind of don't like to bother them. They got a hard enough life without me messing with them. So anyway, I done forgot what I was talking about. The generator, I know I got that out of the way. Oh, the guest. The guest last night was a chief of police. I have never really asked anybody of that kind of ranking to come on my little bitty WNL show that could go haywire at any time. It's, but he did, and I thanked him for it. I truly appreciate somebody of that statute and that much responsibility and all that to come on our show and answer some questions and things. And I tried to have a little bit of fun with it, and I sent him an email letting him know that, hey, don't take nothing personal. I just like to have fun on my show, and I goof around a lot, I know. And he sent me one back saying, no, everything was great. He really enjoyed it and all this and that. And he really enjoyed the questions. He likes to educate the public and all this and that. Is that what you guys like? Do you like that kind of content? And don't bullshit me. Don't tell me something, and then when I do it, then nobody shows up to the show. If you don't really like that kind of content, I want to know. And if you don't like something like the chief of police or some agent for an insurance company to answer specific questions, or the Medicare expert answering specific questions, let me know. Because some of these people want to pay to advertise on there, and I don't want to waste their time or their money, truthfully. So if you do like it, let me know. You can do it in the comments or whatever, that's fine. So, and this is the information that I'm looking for, is that. And I'll continue to do it the best that I can. Sometimes it's awful hard because some of these people are so busy, they don't have time. To be honest with you, I'll let you know of a couple of people that I've tried to contact. I'm not getting any response from them at all. Do you guys know who Patrina is here? She's from England. I think she has a full-time residency in the United States now. She's an entertainer. She kind of takes off of Pink, if you know who Pink is. And she's very good at what she does. I've been to many of her shows, and she's very good at what she does. I reached out to her on her, I don't know if it was a Facebook page or I don't remember, it's been a while back. asking her if she'd be willing to come on one of my WNL shows for 15 minutes and talk about her career here and some of the people she's met and just things like that. No response whatsoever. So I guess that one's out. The other one would be Scooter. I've met Scooter personally 2 or 3 times, and I'd love to get him on for 15, 20 minutes just to answer a few questions. He is really, really a hot item around here. And but I got to checking on his webpage. See, now there's one of them mockingbirds right over there, and she's got a baby over here on my stackable brick, and she just fed it, and I don't know what she fed it. So the babies are starting to come out of the nest. Anyway, I'm getting off subject again, and so I'm not going to bother him. That guy's busy, busy, busy. They send him to all 3 squares. He's got a cruise of his own, so I'm not going to bother him. He's just too busy. So these are the kind of people I'm trying to get on for interviews and to be able to talk to and have a little fun with. But they're so busy, it's just hard to, I can't even get, it's hard to get them to respond. And I'll tell you another one. I'm going to put it out there. You may hate me for this, but I look for any information about the villages that's entertaining for all of us. You guys know Ed McGinty, right? Well, he put up a video here a while back on YouTube, or somebody did it for him, I don't know. And it was called Ed McGinty, the most hated man in the villages. I'm not sure that's true. I'm not sure he's done a lot of things that people love, but I'm not sure he's the most hated man. Sometimes I think I am. So anyway, I reached out to him on that YouTube channel. If you'll go to that YouTube video and look underneath there on the comments, you'll see where I sent him a thing that said, Ed, please get in contact with me. And then I put my email underneath that. I just left it at that. Nobody's ever got in contact with me. I thought it'd be an interesting interview for 15 minutes on my channel to ask him specific questions about, we've done senior side, but can you answer these specific questions? And I already had half a dozen of them in my mind. And I know you guys have probably got a half a dozen in your mind. No response. So, there's nothing I can do there. So, hey, don't think we don't keep trying, because we do keep trying. I just need to know if this is the kind of content you're interested in, or are you just interested in houses, constructions, the new area, golf cart rides around the villages, that stuff. It's hard for me to get it all put together, but we do keep trying. All right, let me go to something. By the way, welcome to Beer 30. I like doing these live things. I got to tell you, the videos are fine. Everybody's doing them, and I'm really starting to get away from it because everybody else is doing them. I like doing the live things because it's so easy for me, because I don't have to edit any of this stuff. I get done here. This is commercial free. Thank you. You're welcome. That's my gift to you. This is commercial free while it's live. During the replay, I'm going to go in and I'm going to monetize the replay. Those that don't come to the live don't get the benefit of being commercial free. I'm sorry. That's the way it's going to work. Just like if you're a Patreon member or a YouTube member, anything I paste on those channels is commercial free. Why? Because they pay money. Anybody that goes to YouTube channels, you're going to have to deal with the commercials. That's just the way it works. Gary says, hello, Gary. Kevin K. Hey, thanks, Kevin, for the last night for the super sticker you sent. I appreciate it. All of them. I appreciate all of them that we get. And we got a considerable amount last night. Not a huge amount. I've had more, but hey, it was. I understand, especially now with the economics being the way it is. People just don't have all that extra money like they used to have, and we'll take what we can get and we'll do what we can with it. I added it up last night. I think it was $195, and keep in mind I only get 70% of that. YouTube keeps 30. And I'm good with that. That's fine. Because if it wasn't for them having a super sticker, super chat there, I wouldn't be getting anything. So whatever it comes out to, it looks like maybe we'll be able to do roughly $150 again for next month. Good. One of these days we're going to get up to some serious money, $500 giveaways, and that's really what I'm working for. Guy asked me one time, he said, why do you keep giving the money away that you make? because I don't want to pay taxes on it. That's the end of that game. Bill B. Thanks, Bill. Bill said he had a great time yesterday. I know I got a little crazy, got a little goofy. Muskie Potamus even asked me yesterday on a comment. I saw it. I just kind of ignored it. She said, "Have you been drinking?" No, I'm just having a good time. That's all. And what can I tell you? Just having a good time. That's my only answer to you. But I'm glad you appreciated it, Bill. You guys need to start letting Bill know. I want you guys to start ganging up on him because I gang up on him all the time. He's got some great stories from being a cop, I believe, in Chicago. And I'm trying to get him to either do a blog or a vlog with me. If he doesn't want to show his face, that's fine. We'll just do like a voiceover kind of thing, you know what I mean? And tell a couple of his stories so we can put them up because I know you guys will appreciate them. He just won't do it. So start ganging up on him. Christine says hello. Hello, Christine. Muskie Potamus, I Skip. What's the beer of the day? Well, I just showed it. Sam Adams Oktoberfest. I sparingly drink these because, as you know, Oktoberfest only comes out at a certain time of the year, and when I run out, I run out. You can't get any more. So I think I'm down to this that's in the refrigerator. I think there's like 6 in the refrigerator. And you know what? Now that I think about it, that might be it. I might have 6 left. That's it. That's okay though. There's always a Yingling. So you guys get your beer, get your wine, and sit down with me in your comfortable chair, wherever you're at, and let's have a beer day today. Jerry Bell says he's beer setting. Good, Jerry. What are you drinking? If you're beer setting, what are you drinking? I know. He's playing words on porch setting. Let me ask you a question, Jerry. Last time I met you down here, you were talking about a lot of what's going on up there. I think it's in Columbus, Ohio area. And I know you love the neighborhood you're in up there, and you love all your neighbors and all that. And you were kind of on the bench about, you know, coming down full time, part time, rent, buy, all the questions you have to ask yourself. And it's been over a year now since I saw you. Have you came up with any answers yet? Are you still sitting on the fence? Do you have any idea what you want to do? Or after being here, did you go home more confused than what you was when you came down? I'm just curious. Heather says hello. How are you, Heather? Tammy Ferguson, she's always here. Thanks, Tammy. KM says hello all. KM's always here. Bill B's always here when he can. By the way, for those of you who don't know, and I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag about where or anything like that because it's none of my business, Bill B is one of the guys down here in the villages now that protects your neighborhood. So whenever you see a community watch guy driving around, it may be Bill. Just give him a good wave. Those guys deserve it. They're out there doing more than what you see. I know that because I used to work for that same segment of the villages also. I was a gate guard. It's all the same segment there. And then you have community watch and stuff. Them guys are into more here than what you know about. Skip says, thanks for the extra chat, sir. Don't call me sir. I'm just Skip. I'm just your buddy Skip. I'm just a guy that's sitting out here talking to you. I tried to explain it on one of the videos here a while back, I think, and maybe I didn't even post it. I don't know. Somebody was asking about if I ever thought about using a green screen. And I know what he's probably referring to is the mess that's in the background, because sometimes I don't clean things up. If the chairs are misarray, I leave them that way. My wife don't like it either. Trust me. She says, "You in that video, you should clean that table off before you know." I have a green screen. I have used it a time or two. I don't like using it. It works great. I don't like using it, and I'll tell you why. I'm trying to create a little bit of an atmosphere no matter where I'm at so that you feel like you're sitting here talking to me. So you just feel like I'm just one of your buddies and we're just sitting here chatting. That's why when I come outside, there's no green screen around me. This is my house back here. You know, when I turn the screen around. Hey, Steve. Did that blow in your yard right there, or did you go get that?
What's that?
Well, that sign was in his yard over there about the yard.
No, I think Becky pulled it.
Oh, okay, that's all right. I don't care. I didn't know if it blew over here or what. I was going to throw it away if it just blew over here. It's okay. It's not bothering me or anything.
I didn't know it was over there.
Oh.
Okay. Watching TV. Here.
So anyway, I just like to create just a regular, normal atmosphere to where you feel like you're here. So in there, when I'm sitting, I know I got the headphones on. That kind of looks kind of goofy for that, but I just want you to feel like you're sitting in my house and we're just having a chat over the table and a cup of coffee. And the green screen to me takes all that away. And so that's why I do it. KM said those are probably out. If you're talking about the generator, they are. That's a construction generator. It's an open frame. And in the RV world, and if you're not an RV person, you probably don't know, but everybody complains about them. They say don't buy them for your RV because if you're boondocking, and most of you probably know what boondocking is, but real quick, boondocking is when you go find a private spot somewhere. And generally speaking, when you boondock, you depend on your systems to work for you. There's no water hookup, there's no electric hookup, and there's no sewer drain. So that's where the generators come in. That'll run your air conditioner, that'll run everything inside your camper. And so people are trying to save money, and I understand that. And these construction generators or open frame generators are generally half price, if not less than half price, of what they call the suitcase type generators. And that's why they buy them. But they're extremely loud. You just don't want to be around them. They make way too much noise. But for, like I say, but for on a farm, if they use them out in the fields or in a construction zone where they're building houses like here, and there's no electricity where they're working, they're perfect for that. But they're just not good in a neighborhood like this. Hurricane comes by, I got to fire this thing up. It's just it's not good. It'll keep the neighbors awake at night. Jerry says you need an inverter generator. That's true. The suitcase type, the best of the best right now anyway, is Honda. And you can get them different sizes. They're very quiet. They, on a gallon of gas, they'll literally run for, last one I checked, don't quote me on this, but it was something like 24 hours on 1 gallon of gas it'll run. They just don't get much better. They're pricey. They're not cheap. And they're very quiet. Sometimes they have the tent sales around the squares up there, and I'm not sure what size those little Honda generators are, but they're running them to get the lights and things to work inside their tents. And when you walk by, there's a real good chance you don't even notice that thing running. It's very quiet. And that's what you really want. But you pay for that. Johnny says, hi. Hi, Johnny. Catherine Helier says, cheers to everyone. Great evening for Beer 30. It is. The sun's starting to set over here, over by Tampa area, it looks like. I see a few storm clouds over yonder. Who knows if they'll get here or not. A lot of times these storms just kind of go around us here. And anyway, it's the temperature's warm. It's not hot like it was the other day. So I don't think this will overheat. So I think we're okay for a little while. Strong Woman says, hi all. Hi, Strong Woman. There was a thing on, I can't think of what it was. I was going to say YouTube, but it might not have been YouTube, but I think my YouTube. Anyway, there was a woman. I didn't really read the whole thing. I probably should have, but I'm just simply going to say she was addressing Congress. So I'm going to assume she was a congresswoman, but she may not have been. But anyway, she was a younger woman. and she was talking about how the Senate and Congress is splitting America with their political views. You're on that side, we're on this side. She said this problem will go away, but she said you're and us are going to be left with this stigma that we've divided America this way. And she proceeded in a nice way, chewing her ass out. And I agree with her 100%. And I even put a comment on there, and I don't do that very often, saying, this woman, excuse me, I said, this woman has more balls than most of the men in Congress. And I meant it. Whiskey Pop says, love these chats the most. Well, I like them too because I don't have to edit them. I'm not sure that any information that I got here is actually newsworthy. I mean, I will answer questions when I can, but sometimes my questions get questioned. Catherine says W&L was excellent. It was smooth. Yeah, we didn't have any glitches. None to speak of, I don't think. I watched the replay twice for reasons. Because I like to look at the comments. And I want to see what's going on. I noticed that my camera had nothing to do with Wi-Fi, by the way. That's a new camera I got in there. I don't know if you guys noticed or not. But that was a brand new camera. And there was a couple of times where I froze for a second. And then I start talking again. And if you notice, it only happened to me. It didn't happen to Sue. That's how I know it wasn't Wi-Fi, because Sue never froze the same time I did. So it was my camera. I'm not sure why it did it. I have to kind of try to figure it out. And I may never get it figured out. But other than that, everything went, I thought, pretty smooth. In, out. The guest, if you notice when he talked, you kind of heard that little clicking in there with him talking. That was him. Once again, that was not me. That was not my Wi-Fi or anything. He did tell me he got a brand new computer and he had just learning how to use that. So that's going to be my guess. He's got a setting in there somewhere that needs to be changed or something. I don't know. I don't know what kind of computer he got, but he'll figure it out. But it was just so damn nice of the chief to take time out of his day. He still had his uniform on to come to the show and answer all of our questions and to put up with my silliness. Deb says she loved the show last night. Thanks, Deb. I appreciate it. Is that the kind of content you're looking for? This is what I'm trying to find out. Am I wasting my time bothering these people that are very busy in life? Like the chief, an insurance executive I got coming for this month. Next month I got another East Coast business owner of some kind. I don't remember what it was. Or are we not really interested in all that? Because that's what I'm looking at. Is that what do I do? What guest do I need to get this side of having the President of the United States on? What guest do I need to get people interested in coming to the live stream? I mean, that's really the bottom line. Skip Wilson says he loves my content. Thanks, Skip. I appreciate it. John says, always great content. Thanks, John. Eric was tremendous. Did a great job. I loved him. Straight up sincere. He is. He just answers the questions in a nice way, just to let you know, but that is the law. You heard him talk about golf cart speeds. He is also a villager, and so he sees what's going on. And like he said, he says, I get it. He says, I feel like I don't need to stop at that stop sign too. I thought that was great of him to say that. Elizabeth says the police chief is great, the game not so much. I got to agree with you about the game. Gracie sends me those games, and there's a couple of them that I thought was kind of iffy, and so I tweak them a little bit to try to make them easy and fun for everybody to play, not just the girls, but for the people in the chat, they like to play along too. And some of the games are just they're just out there. And this is one of them that I probably should have sent it back to Gracie in a nice way and said, "Can you send me something else?" I don't know. Um, this next WNL, I'm liable to go back to a couple of my good standard games. One is like mixed words. Everybody seems to enjoy that. And then the other one is what I call the face recognition game, where you take somebody old or young, like a young movie star at one time, and I'll show a picture of her today when she's 88 old, and then you kind of guess who that is. Stuff like that are simple, and they're easy. They're not easy for me to get on my system, but anyway, they're easy for people to play along with. Get Bill B to do a porch sitting with you. Well, that sounds easy, Joy, but he got to remember he works. He works for the villages, and I don't know if he's got a daytime job, nighttime job, afternoon job. So when I have my porch setting, there's a real good chance he's working. Matter of fact, I think he told me once that whenever I'm doing a porch setting, he watches it when he takes a break on his job. You know, they get breaks too, and he watches it, not all of it, just off and on as he's working. So I think that's why he can't do a porch setting. Whiskey Palm says the bird's really loud. Yeah, it was sitting right here a while ago. It's gone now. And its baby was right over there. And it was over here. And then it went over and fed its baby. So that little squeal that you heard was that mockingbird sitting here. And I don't know who it was imitating, but it was imitating that shrill. Tanya says she liked the Wednesday night live show. Well, it's good. I like doing it. I get stressed out before the show. You can ask all the girls; they'll tell you the same thing. I just get stressed out. On a good day, I get stressed out, worrying about Wi-Fi, worrying about the system. You know, I'm trying to get it in my head of what I'm going to do first, what we're going to kind of talk about, who I'm going to bring in next, how long. I got a board in there where I write stuff on it, try to keep the flow going. When you're doing all this by yourself, it's just easy to get lost. And the older I get, the easier it is for me to get lost. Oh, thanks, Barbara. Yeah, I'd like to get the Chief back again too. He has good content. I won't bother him for a while though, because he's, like I say, he's a busy guy. I had another friend of mine in the Brownsburg, Indiana area. He was also chief of police, and the guy carried his phones with him, and he was just all the time on this phone about one thing or another. And every time you walk in a restaurant, you couldn't hardly have 5 minutes to talk to the guy. He was like the neighborhood new movie star. People was always coming over, asking about this, asking about that. And so I know how it is to be chief, especially in a smaller town. And so I just don't want to really bother the guy that much. But we'll see if we get him back again. But I wouldn't count on me having him back anytime this year. Barbara says the Gong Show imitation was a riot. Well, I can only tell you, I'm just having fun. And I don't even know why I downloaded that music, to be honest with you. I just know it was on. It's been on there for a long time. And then, I don't know, we got that first super chat, and I just keep thinking the same thing over and over again. The music we play, thanks for the super chat. And then you play the music and all that. I just keep thinking after a while, that's just kind of boring, isn't it? I mean, you hear it 100 times. So I kept thinking, what am I going to do to kind of lighten things up a little bit or brighten things up a little bit? Because the funnier you make it, the more rioting you make it, the more funny, the more entertaining you make it, the more super chats come in. And that's the more money I can give back to you guys. Because I don't keep any of that. And so, I don't know, I just started acting goofy. And if you notice, when I started acting stupid, more super chats came in. So you just keep doing it, right? There's a thing. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Now, Linda, if you watch Linda, she sits there like she's trying to figure it out. Like, what's he doing? What what's this all about? This isn't the way it's supposed to go. And Sue knows me, so she just laughs about it because she knows that I'm not able to do anything at the so she just goes along with it. And then you got Judy. She just stares at you like she can't figure this out whatsoever. You know? And that just eggs me on more. Risky says, "How did you and Sue meet each other?" We talked about that once a long, long time ago. Maybe we ought to do it again someday. I don't know. It's back when I was 16 years old. I had my first car, which is a 1957 Chevy. I used to hang around a guy from my school. His nickname in school was Cue Ball. Yeah, like pool, the Cue Ball. That was his nickname. I don't know how he got that name, but we did. But I used to play a lot of pool back then at the pool, a place called the Hustler and Golden Palms. I played pool there a lot. Sometimes I got my gas money there. But anyway, we used to hang around a lot. And, back in the day, it was nothing for kids just to go cruising around. You put $2 in a car of gas, you had almost a full tank of gas. And we just cruised around town. We had our cruising spots, kind of like in the 50s day. In Anderson, it was Frisch's. Had this great big lot, outdoor parking with the speakers, that comes up on the window. They had girls on roller skates that came out to the car, and then they would hook your hamburger, fries, and Coke on your car door, like they did back then. I miss it. I really did, because we had a great time there. That's where all the kids cruised, was that. Sometimes we'd cruise that parking lot a dozen times a night, just to see if there's anybody in there we knew. One day it was closed for some reason, and we went up to a place called the Cardinal in Delville, and I'd never been there. And it was like a small little kind of a truck stop kind of thing, but trucks didn't really go in there. So we went in there and we messed around, and somehow it brought up. He said we should go to my cousin's house and see if they want to go riding around. And I never asked any questions. I said, okay, how far they live from here? He said, oh, not too far down the road, 3 or 4 miles down the road. I said, okay, let's go get him. We'll go cruising around. And so we went to this house, and he comes back outside. I sat in the car. He went in the house. He came back outside, got in my car, and he said, she'll be out in a minute. She's taking a shower. I said, she? I thought it was a guy. He said, yes, my cousin, Sue. Oh, okay. So she comes out, wet hair and all, combing it, and we went down to the Cardinal once again, and we got a Coke and whatever, and we sat down there and we talked for I don't even know how long, but we just talked. And pretty soon I have to go home, right? And back then, I had a curfew to be home, even on the weekends. So I had to go home. So I took her home, and then I asked her if she'd like to go to a movie. She said, yeah. So the next weekend, I don't know, Friday night, Saturday night, whenever it was, I went down, picked her up. We came back to the South Drive-In, and we dated from that point on. And, yeah, and then here we are, 51 years later. Married 51 years later. We're still here. Well, Moochie Potamus, the only thing I got to say, if people don't know that my members is ad free, then they haven't been around very long, because I've advertised that for over a year. All YouTube members, all Patreon members, anything I put on there is all ad free, commercial free. They know that by now. Trying to find out where I was at so I can get everything here. I get lost sometimes. This thing moves. Joy says, I like WNL. It was fun last night. I can't wait to see your ride along video with the Fruitland Park Police. I'm not sure how that's going to work out. Be honest with you, I haven't even got it in my head how I'm going to video it. I ain't got it in my head um, about any of it. You know, my villages channel started out being about anything about the villages, homes, the buying process, inspections, the restaurants, the squares. I mean, if it was about the villages, that's what my channel was about. I started making changes about 2 years ago, 3 years ago, when a lot of other people decided they wanted YouTube channels, and they were all basically doing the same thing that I've been doing for years. And I don't want to beat this dead horse to death, but I just said, you know, I don't want to do the same thing they're doing. I want to do something else. So I've been doing these other things that I think's a little different about, I don't know, maintenance around the house and different companies that's done different work and things like that. The real estate thing I kind of got away from because other people are doing those now. Ira Miller's got his own YouTube channel. He knows more about real estate here than I do. So I kind of got away from that. I will do a home tour once in a while, but I don't really do very many of those because everybody else is doing them. So if I do a home tour, I try to do the specific ones like we're going to do a home tour here in the village of whatever it is, and this home is for rent. So I'm kind of like looking at that because I know there's a lot of people interested in renting homes without going to, you know, all kinds of links to find one. I tell people all the time, be very careful if you rent a home through one of these rental home companies. Some of them are great, but some of them are not. And just be very careful. I can't mention names because they change their names all the time. Today is Billy Bob's Home Rental. 2 months from now, after he gets turned in 2 or 3 times, he changes it to Carol's Corner Rental. And you know, they just change the name, but it's the same people. So I just don't really get into that all that much. And then I always caution people, just because it says the villages whatever, even my channel, it says the villages Skip Smith. I have nothing to do with the villages. I've said this a million times. It's about discovery on YouTube. A guy suggested it, and I did it. And the truth is, I don't think it ever worked a bit. I'm not sure exactly how it works. I think it's mostly about views and stuff like that. It's about the recommendation of my videos to other people, trying to get them to subscribe to my channel. And he said, well, the reason why you're not getting the subscribership you need is because you're saying Skip Smith the Villages. That's what it's always been. Always been that. He said, nobody's going on the computer and typing in Skip Smith. He said, they go in their computer and they type in the Villages. So he said, you need to turn that around. He said, you'll probably get a lot more hits. So I thought about that for a while, thinking, you know what, that kind of makes sense to me because I don't know how all this stuff works. I said, I'm going to do that. I'm going to try it. So I did. Over a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, I changed it around to the Village of Skip Smith, and I haven't really noticed much difference at all. So I'm not sure that made any difference at all. But I left it that way because I don't want to be confusing and keep changing my name all the time. And you guys will notice, well, why does this keep changing? So I just leave it that way, even though I don't think it's doing what I wanted it to do. I think it's about time for another sip of beer, don't you? Have you guys ever seen my yard light? I don't know if I've ever showed it or not, or if you ever known it as my yard light. You know, around here they have specific wattage that they put in your yard light because they want it to kind of give an ambiance to a neighborhood at night. And when I moved in this neighborhood, it was all 25 watt bulbs. Everything was 25 watt. It was light just enough to light up your front of the yard area, but not enough to where the light was so bright that it glared at you driving your golf cart at night down the road. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess. Hey, look at this guy. What kind of dog is that? Looks like an old English sheepdog, doesn't it? We had one on the farm. I think her name was Lady. Somebody was trying to get rid of her, and they were going to have her killed. And I said, no, you're not, because there was nothing wrong with her. Just to show you how some people are, she was pregnant. She was getting ready to give birth to this baby. And she told her husband, she said, you're going to have to, and I just happened to be around. She said, you're going to have to take that dog to the vet sometime this afternoon. And I asked him, I said, what's the matter with the dog? Just talking. She said, oh, she wants me to have it euthanized. I said, why? She said, because she doesn't want the dog around the baby. I said, what's wrong with the dog? Nothing. She was only 3 years old. I said, no, you're not doing that. Just give her to me. I said, I'll take her home, and I'll either find her a good home, or Sue and I'll keep her. Well, we ended up keeping her until she died. I mean, that's how people are. They just have no respect for other people's lives and things. And I guess I'll never get that. Well, I get out of here. That doggone thing. Don't make me come over there. Reagan said he loved it. I assume he's talking about the WNL show. We like the guests you have on WNL. Well, that's good. Thanks, Joy. Everybody seems to enjoy the chief. I told him he'd be great. I said, I got a feeling you'll be great. I said, but be prepared for maybe some tough questions. I said, because I don't know anything about Fruitland Park section of the Villages. I just know it's a small area. And I said, I do the news on Friday, which he watches, by the way, in case you guys don't know. So, you know, I'm not showing any partialities, and he wasn't showing any partialities. And I said, so, you know, you're going to get some tough questions. Look at here. Look at here. Let me turn around. Turn around. Oh, look. Neighborhood dog walking party. And that guy, where's my finger? That guy over there mows his own yard. I know some people ask me that. Says, can you mow your own yard? Yeah, you can do it. He comes out in the evenings, or they'll do it kind of early in the morning. Not so much early in the morning, because people don't like to get up that early around here. Truthfully, they don't. But in the evenings like this, where it's not cools down, yeah, you can mow your own grass. Do yourself a favor if you're going to do it. Get a self-propelled mower. This grass down here is not like the grass up north. Says, we love Craig Morrison. I do too. I mean, he's another guy that if you got a question about insurance in Florida, how it works, how does the insurance work inside the village's health system, like I'm in, Medicare, how old are you, when can I do this, when can I do that, when should I do this, or when should I do that? I'm telling you, Craig has the answer, but he's very busy, and if you want to talk to him, you need to do it now. Don't wait till October and November, because you're liable to leave messages there, and I've heard this complaint, and he may not even be able to get back to you, because that's at the time of the year when other people, even people that are on Medicare, want to make changes, and he's busy, and he's swamped, to be honest with you. He's just swamped. So if you got any Medicare questions about maybe something that you're going to do later this year, I would suggest get a hold of him now. And get in line for him to call you and make an appointment to talk to you or something. Skip Wilson says, don't forget the blower. Oh, you mean about him mowing his grass over there? He takes care of that. He doesn't blow. He gets a broom out and he sweeps it all off. That's okay. KM says the cop in Medicare is informative. It is. And I always thought the Medicare thing, appearances on the show, would be a smash hit, because who down here coming down to Florida to retire isn't got some question about Medicare? I mean, seriously, who doesn't? And but it wasn't the smash hit I thought it was going to be. We do get a lot of information out there. Apparently, he got a lot of business because of the shows, but I just didn't see the view count. That's what I watch. I just didn't see the view count being very impressive to me. Grandpa Eric says, Skip, you're the original. Well, thanks, Grandpa. I am. But you know, it doesn't make any difference. Hey, I saw him. The people don't watch. It doesn't make any difference if you're the original or the new kid on the block. Hey, that's the name of a band group, ain't it? It does seem like it's like a new restaurant, like I've said before. Let somebody start a YouTube channel around here, and then everybody flocks to it, and they leave you to go there. The only thing that I hang on for is the fact that after a period of time goes by, hopefully, they'll miss me enough to come back. Barbara says, love Sue, who wouldn't? Well, when it comes to me, she's patient. Um, Maybe you guys have got this feeling by now, I don't know. I'm very patient about some things, but basically, I don't really have much patience at all. I just don't. There's a lot of things I don't get because I don't have patience, and I know people don't agree with it, and that's okay. But this is why I do what I do, is because I just don't have the patience for it. I don't have the patience for, like, say, going in a restaurant and standing in line for an hour waiting for a table. I just don't have that patience in me. I'm not going to wait. And it just ain't that. It's other things too. I don't really want to get into a lot of it because it'll start an argument, but I just don't have patience about a lot of things. I don't. I have a lot of patience about some things, but I don't have any patience about a lot of things. Skip says, was it a 210 or a Bel Air? First of all, I don't even know what a 210 is. I know it was not a Bel Air. I can't think actually what it was. I didn't pay no attention at the time, but I can only tell you it was a two-door hardtop. It came with an inline six-cylinder power glide transmission, a tube type, AM radio only. How would that work today, right? And it was a bench seat. There was nothing fancy about it at all. It's basically a family type car. It's one of the things that I did. Well, I had this car for a few years. We took the six-cylinder out, put a 283 in it. I took the automatic transmission out. We put a Hurst four-speed floor shifter in it. That was a job. Took all the wheels off and had baby moons and mag wheels put on it, and you know the system, right? What we did. And I had the interior taken out. I had bucket seats put in it. I got it rolling pleated. Now this took years to do all this. And then one day I got married and I needed a family car, and this wasn't it. So it ended up getting traded off, and I don't know what happened to it after that. But boy, I sure wish I had the car back, huh? Says, are we still thinking about getting a dog? No, we're not thinking about it. We're going to do it. But I'm not going to go out of my way anymore because I think some of these people have gotten totally nuts when it comes to dogs. I already said, I'm not paying $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 for a dog. I'm not doing it. If it means I got to go the rest of my life without a dog, so be it. But there are so many people here, and this is going to be one of them. I'm talking straight at you, and this is where people get offended by what I say. There's so many people here that get sick and die that have pets, and they can no longer care for them. And the kids and things that live up north, they don't want them either. And so they start passing them down to neighbors. They start studying around the neighborhood. Do you want a dog? Do you want this dog? She needs to give this dog away. You give this cat away. And we just figure our day's coming. Sooner or later, somebody here is going to have the right dog. We could have had a dog that was back here. I didn't realize it at the time. Sue told me her husband passed away, and the lady didn't want the dog anymore. I guess it was more her husband's dog. And it was a special dog. I can't remember what it is now, but basically it looked like a poodle. But it wasn't a poodle. It was something else. And I had seen the dog a few times. Beautiful dog. And it was was it house trained? That might have been a problem. It wasn't house trained, and she didn't know how to do that. And she wanted to give it away. Well, by the time Sue asked me, and I said, I'll think about it. Well, 2 or 3 days goes by. And then finally I realized, hey, wait a minute. Was that dog that I saw? She said, yeah, that one. I said, oh, yeah, we'll take that dog. Well, by that time, the dog was already given away. They don't last long. So that's what we're waiting for. Sooner or later, it sounds terrible, I know, but sooner or later, there'll be a little animal, just what we're looking for, that'll come up, and we'll get it. Bill Wash, $4.99 super sticker. I can't show that on here, can I? Sorry, Bill. Thanks for it, though. I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. I don't ever do these to get super stickers or anything. I've always made a point to let people know the W&L show is where I really want the super stickers because I want to give you that money. And the more money I get on W&L, the more I can give away. If I can get the prizes up to a certain amount, the more people eventually are going to say, hey, you know what? This guy's giving away $500 prizes. We should go subscribe to his channel. And I'm bribing people to come to the show and subscribe. That's what I'm doing. But I have told people there's some things coming down the pike from YouTube. I mean, I get informed about this as a creator, that you need to be subscribed. Double check and make sure you're subscribed. I know I say this all the time. I'm not hounding you. If you don't want to subscribe, you don't have to. My videos on YouTube are free, and they'll always be free. But there's a time coming that YouTube is going to give me as a creator the option that I can close the chat during a live stream like this one, this chat right here. I can close that chat to YouTube members only, and nobody else can make a chat. What that means is you won't be able to say, pick me, pick me, pick me, because you won't be able to chat. You'll have to be a member to do that. I haven't thought about it. It may have already enacted it, now that I think about it, but I haven't really thought about doing that. But please subscribe, because I don't want to have to go through that kind of stuff, you know, to protect the people that are taking care of us. Here comes Home Watch, right there in that pickup truck. That's your Home Watch right there. Hey, man. I don't know who it was. I always wave at him. There's something else over there. See over there? Lady just came outside and got her lawn chair out, and now she's going to sit out. Yeah. Just, only thing I'm doing is just showing you a little bit of the lifestyle here, that's all. It's cooler. People come out at night. And I'm thinking our neighbor over here bought a new car. She bought a new, it's an Infinity of some kind, Infinity SUV of some kind. So, nice. Skip Wilson says, come on, stop that. Skip Wilson says, California's getting a break, so it's only 90 in the backyard today. You buy a new car?
Yeah,
Why?
that one was 5 years old.
How many miles are on it?
This one 50.
It's wore out already, huh?
No, I have another car in Missouri. I'm gonna take this one to Missouri.
Or are you gonna take that up there and leave it up there? But you fly up. Oh, that's right. You fly up there. Now you got a car up there. I got you. That makes sense.
I'll sell my car I have up there now and use this.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. If you're gonna buy a new car, why not an Infinity?
I really like it.
I know you do. I like them too. I just couldn't afford the price tag on it.
Oh. Well, it was hard. You know, this one somebody ordered it a year ago and didn't take it. And that's the only way I got it.
You know, that's how we got our new car.
Yeah.
Is
I bet.
there's like this big long waiting list of stuff, and the guy we know down there called us up and he said, "I think I got what you're looking for." He said they ordered these cars, but they won't put a deposit and stuff on it. He said, "If you want it," we went down and looked at it. We said, "Yeah, we'll just go ahead and take it."
I like them too.
I like it too. It's
I like the Equinox.
I like the bigger ones, like the Infinity.
Yeah.
Problem is, it's Sue can't drive them. She looks like the little old lady going down the road like this.
I probably do too.
I'm sorry. You got to talk to your neighbors. Fly on the wall said, skipping the evening. All right. Hi from Erie, Pennsylvania. Cheers to you. Let's have another drink. I got to tell you, as much as I do rag on some things here in the villages, you know, and I've tried to make myself clear. I know there's a lot of people that I've gotten a lot of emails from some people saying nasty stuff. And I know Mushkipotamus loves Don Wiley. I'm not in love with Don Wiley. I get things that you don't see. As a YouTuber, he's fine. I got no problem with that. And as a person, I've said it before, you've never heard me discriminate against anybody. I said, he's probably a super nice guy. I said, but as a politician, I don't think he'll get anything done really well. And I said my reasons why. He sent me the nastiest email that I've never shown anybody. I've never even talked about, other than that I got the email. It said a lot of nasty things. I've still got it. I'm probably never going to disclose it, but I'm going to hang on to it. Basically because he don't like my opinion about things. And, you know, that's a politician for you. Either agree with them or you're a bastard. Well, I guess I'm a bastard because I don't have to agree with anybody. That's my constitutional right. So me and Don don't get along, just letting you know. But I think he's got a great YouTube channel. And if you like drone channels, he's got a nice one. I think Papa Pineapple's channel is more informative. That's just my opinion. And Papa Pineapples is a much nicer guy. Uh-oh, look here. There's Sue. She's walking home. Hi from Sun Valley, California. I love the balanced outlook you present in the villages. I don't know how balanced it is. I'm not really, I'll be honest with you, I'm not a professional at this. I'm getting better at it, I think. I do have a bad tendency, and I know I do, and this is me criticizing myself. I have a tendency to ramble. And I think because I do have a tendency to ramble, it's hard for me to stick to one subject. I'll ramble from one to another, and that's why I think these live things are good for me. Because in videos, you guys have no idea how much I cut out. I cut so much out because I watch it myself and I go, oh, wait a minute. I started out talking about golf carts. Why in the hell am I talking about an alligator? And I got to cut all that out. It's hard.
Oh my God, are you talking again?
I'm talking. Yes, I am. Well, you know, this thing overheated the other day and it just cut off on me.
Yeah.
And I just thought, well, you know, this 2 weeks in a row, and I know this evening's cooler and it probably won't get over hot on. Oh, I know what I was going to do. Show them my street light. Let me turn this around. I don't know if they've ever seen my porch light, my street there, right there. That thing looks like a real fire, doesn't it? I had a guy come up to my house one time, actually knocked on my door and told me my light was on fire.
No, he thought the house was on fire because he seen it in
Oh, maybe that's what it was. Maybe you saw it over there.
Yeah.
But I know somebody's going to say, is that legal? Yeah, you can have that. The thing that I disagree with And it's not that it's anything wrong with it. I can only show this one, really. I can't show this other over here. Is here. See over there? Right there? He took them light bulbs out of there and he put in these LED lights. There's 2 of them in there. And that is like way too bright. I mean, this isn't a barnyard here. We don't raise chickens and cows. And that thing there at night will light up that whole corner. Huh? Well, when we first moved here, every street light here had 25-watt bulbs in it. It gives an ambiance on the road if everybody's simultaneously got the same thing. And then as they burn out, people start doing things like I did, put in stupid light bulbs. And that's really why I put that in.
Yeah.
That way if somebody says something about it, I can say, well, I'll take that out if you take out that 500-watt bulb you got over there.
Yeah. They could be wrong if you're wrong, right?
She's always mumbling when she walks away, so I know I've said something wrong. So, let me go back to my questions here. Would love to watch that nut guinea. I wasn't going to pick on him. I just want you to be upfront. When I do my W&Ls, I try to be as fair to everybody as I possibly can. Well, except the girls on the show. I like to pick on them, right? You got to have some fun doing something. I was going to bring him on, and we're just going to ask him some basic questions. You only have a guy 15, maybe 20 minutes, like the cop, just 15, 20 minutes, and ask him a few questions. Now, how was I going to do those questions? I'm not sure. I'm not sure that I would take any questions on the chat, to be honest with you. Because I can close that chat off for a period of time and then open it back up. Because I know there's going to be a handful of people out there that's going to make comments that's it's insulting. And so I probably wouldn't do that. I'd probably take my Patreon members and my YouTube members. I'd say, all of you, send me your questions for him. I'll pick the ones out, like the top 20 questions or whatever, and I'll ask him myself to get answers. That way I can kind of stay in control about what's being said and how it's being said. And then after he leaves as a guest, then I would thank him for coming on, because he didn't have to, and then I would probably open the chat for your response. And I'm sure he would probably read them too. And I have specific questions that I would ask, and I'll tell you, in case Ed's watching, I don't know he's not watching, I would simply ask, Ed, I don't care about your political views one way or the other, but do you really feel necessary to have all these signs saying nasty words on a public street, and children in a car can see those signs also? And explain why you think that's necessary. Do you really think that your signs out there makes any difference to anybody else's vote? I mean, really, do you think so? Did you really find it necessary to walk up to a woman and say what you said at a public pool, at the neighborhood pool, and make those remarks, knowing there was going to be repercussions? And I also say, she shouldn't have been wearing that shirt either. I've said that before, because she instigated that by even doing that. Now, beyond that, once the cops told you get out of the pool, go away, blah, 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 did you find it really necessary to go to her house? You had to think to yourself, this is a big mistake to go to the house and harass her. I was going to ask the obvious questions, what they call elephant in the room. And I've been more than glad to have a pre-interview with him to let him know what I'm going to ask. And if he's not comfortable in talking about certain things because of an ongoing case, which I think he does have an ongoing case here, we would stay away from that. I would respect that. That's it. That's all I was going to do, is just kind of get his idea of things. Then you guys can analyze anything you want. Now, like you, though, I probably watched that video he put out. I didn't watch all of it. I watched enough of it to think to myself, it would probably have been better if he didn't put that video out at all, really, for him. But, he did. So there you go. But I did give him the offer to come on the show and talk about it. But he hasn't, or somebody, whoever is running that channel for him, has never responded. AJ says, is that a special light bulb? I don't even know what that bulb's called. Do you? We got it at Amazon.
Something flicker.
Something flicker?
Yeah, you can get them on Amazon.
Yeah, they got them on Amazon.
Yeah.
You get 2 of them. I think I got 2 of them for like $20,
I don't remember.
something like that. And that one's been in there for
Long time,
2 years.
at least, yeah.
So I don't think they ever burn out. David Kozak, I sent you an email, buddy, about becoming a YouTube member. Don't know if that helps or not, but it's something you might look into. I don't know why I kept that. We don't want that, do we? That's the old toilet seat.
Well,
I mean, I don't want it.
ever take that other one off, you'll need one put on there.
No, ever since I got my bidet, I mean, I found my home.
Yeah, well,
What have I got here? Oh, I got another member on the YouTube channel,
oh yeah?
Reagan Showman. Thanks, Reagan. Appreciate it, man. I was just sitting down there. I was going to do like a half hour. I thought, well, we'll just call this Beer 30 because I didn't finish it up. And I've been out here and they've been talking and I've just been talking and they've been talking. So it's their fault.
It's their fault. Well, I said, the neighbors told me down here, you were porch sitting. I said, really?
No, this is Beer 30.
Okay, beer 30.
Yeah, I can't call it porch sitting.
Whatever. I said, just yakking.
That's it. Just yakking.
Yeah.
Been showing pictures. I said eating like this, and we've been watching people walking their dogs. Lady over there came outside and sat in her driveway in a chair.
Yeah.
She came out. She's gone now.
Yeah.
I talked to her. That's her new car, that Infinity.
Is it? Okay.
I says, what was wrong with the car you got? She says, 5 years old. I said, how many miles you got on it? She said, almost 50. I said, I'm thinking to myself, oh, it's all wore out. I said, so are you going to sell it? And she said, no, I'm going to take it to Missouri and leave it. She got
Her
property
kids.
up there?
She's got, yeah. Her kids are there and
How much? She's got property everywhere.
well, she does. Yeah.
God. I
It's
know she's got, doesn't she
investments.
have these modular homes over here across from Brownwood? She rents them out?
She's got something over there. I don't know what it is. Yeah.
What's it called? Country Club? You and Deb went there for lunch one time. That Country Club Hills?
Oh no, I don't think it's there.
That's the only place it can be.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah.
There's nothing
maybe
else
it is.
over there.
Okay. I don't know.
Hmm.
She got something over there.
Well, she does very well for herself.
Well, she does. She invests it.
Huh?
She invests it.
Well, if she invested in homes here in Florida, she's done very well for herself
Yes.
over the years. Everything she's bought here now is doubled in price.
Yeah.
How come I'm never that lucky? Well, I am. I got nowhere else to go, though.
Yeah. You figure you got enough.
Huh?
You figure you got enough.
I really do. I got enough. I don't really need a lot more. Actually, I've even thought about selling the RV. Hell, I can't even use it anymore. Gas, all that stuff. I just don't want to get rid of it because it works.
Yeah, it works. But no more and we're out on the road, you know, we could vacation every year and get it about as much use out of it.
You know, as long as she's gone, when she goes down there, I don't know how it works. She must take a bucket down there to get mail.
Well, unless when you're gone all the time, you know, they hold it for you
Where do they hold it?
right there at the mail station.
So you can just go down there and just. How do you get it?
When you're ready to come back, and when you're ready to come back, you give them a date, and they'll start putting in your box.
Something tells me if you're gone for a long time, and as small as our boxes are, unless they put it back there in one of them bigger boxes, there ain't enough room in them small boxes to stick.
They've got like tubs. They'll give you the whole tub if you go down there when they're there.
Oh.
And that's the way they do with me.
WrestleMania is on here.
Hey, Wrestler.
Hey, Wrestler, I'm glad that your wife let you out tonight. What was for dinner, buddy? Did you have tofu and grass?
Don't feel bad. Did you eat anything?
Vegetable soup.
Oh, okay.
I had 2 bowls of that. That's enough for me. I just miss eating sweet stuff. Never have any. No pies, no cakes.
Oh, there's some of that cotton candy cake in there that I got brought back from the back porch. But I don't know what the big deal was about it.
What?
I said there's something called a cotton candy cake. I brought back from lunch yesterday. And
I've never seen any.
it's in a styrofoam thing sitting on the counter there.
Is it cake?
Yeah.
Real cake.
And, you know, I don't know what you're saying. Real cake.
They come up with these funny names around here, like cotton candy cake tells me it's not real cake.
Well, and I said strawberry, and I said it's like I said, it's deconstructed. So, you know, it's too.
What do you mean deconstructed?
It's not all put together so it won't get soggy. They put the sauces for it in little.
Why do they have to make things so goddamn difficult anymore? Just make cake where you slice it, put it on a plate, and I can eat it.
Well, you would bitch if it got soggy too. You wouldn't eat it. So.
I'd say don't make cake that gets soggy.
Well, they don't put the stuff on it because it would get soggy. But it's got.
Barbara says, when are we starting our fundraiser for the Make-A-Wish? We've already started that, Barbara. Ink pen sets I got in there. I haven't really said anything about it lately, but it's $10. You get, what is it, an ink pen and a flashlight? Is there 2 ink pens or 1 in those kits?
I don't. It's been a while since I looked at them. I think it's 2 ink pens.
Yeah, I think so too. 2 ink pens and a little flashlight, keychain flashlight. $10. We're taking all that money and putting it in the Wish. And I don't know. We tried to encourage people about doing things like have a garage sale. Give us half your garage sale money. Yeah, I don't know what else to do.
Okay.
I'm going to talk to Ira possibly about doing something, but I don't know what he's going to be able to do. And I'm going to talk to Papa Pineapples. I've called him twice. I haven't really got together with him yet. Every time I tell him I'm going to, then I never do. He's got a food truck. And I'm going to see if I can talk him into putting a little tip jar out there for the Make-A-Wish thing when he takes the food truck out to different places. He told me he would, but I've got to talk to him, make sure, and all this and that. So anyway, we're working on it. So yeah.
Like I say, if you want to give for the Make-A-Wish, you can go ahead and send whatever, and just stipulate that's what it's for. Make sure we know that's what it's for.
Yeah, but just know, because I don't want people to get confused here. All the super chats and super stickers that we get on the W&L show, none of that is going to go toward Make-A-Wish no matter what you say. That's for the show, period.
And so that's how we get the prizes for the show every month.
Somebody's asked about Ed McGinty. Yeah, A.J. Wells is right. He was acquitted. I don't know if that's the same thing as being found innocent or not, or maybe the lawyer negotiated something down. I don't know, but I know he was acquitted. And I know what that ongoing lawsuit is. He still has a restraining order that says he cannot go to his neighborhood pool. And so his argument is, if I've been acquitted, how come I still have a restraining order to go to the pool? And so that's his ongoing lawsuit, is that.
He's got his own explanation of what went on.
I already talked
on
about
YouTube.
his little one-time YouTube thing, and I don't think he did it. I think somebody done it for him.
Well, yeah, probably, but.
Because I tried to get him on W&L show. I sent him an invite.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, but I never got a response. So that's what I was telling. That's what got us into that subject.
Oh, okay.
If I had his phone number, I'd call him. But I don't have it, so I'm not.
Yeah.
Greg A is joined. Also, thanks, Greg, for joining the YouTube membership. You'll see some videos on there that are commercial free, and I think that alone is worth the 99 cents.
Yes.
Now, just know, for 99 cents, I don't put every video on there commercial free. You just get a random one, a random video once in a while. I mean, just know that.
Other than what the regular YouTube.
No, I put some things on there that YouTube never got. I did a couple of storytellings on there and things like that, and that's never been on YouTube.
Okay. What do y'all think of the interview with the police chief last night? Wasn't that pretty good? I was really pleased with that. I think he did a really great job.
SMCPP50 says, how do you become a member? You hit that join button below the video. I mean, below this video, below any of the videos. There's a little join button down there. Click it and it takes you where you need to go. Do we have anyone younger than 55 living in our neighborhood?
Yes.
Do we?
Yes.
Because if we do, I don't know.
We do.
Sue says we do, but I don't know who they are. Keep in mind, if you rent a home here, there's no age limit. Not that I see. They arrested, it'll be in the news tomorrow, I think. They arrested 2 kids living in Vera neighborhood, old neighborhood up there off of. Yeah. One of them was 17 years old, and they call them villagers. So you know they're renting a home up there somewhere. Mm-hmm. Both of them were arrested for burglarizing cars.
Oh my.
You know, and I look at that going, why are they living here?
Is that one of the family neighborhoods?
Huh?
The Valley Verde, is that one of the family
I think that's one of the family neighborhoods.
Yeah.
But I still thought there was an age, maybe there's not.
No, I don't think on the family neighborhoods they're not.
Okay,
no.
it's a family neighborhood. So this could be one of the problems about having a family neighborhood near you.
Yeah. Well, I said, you know, the new one isn't even anywhere near us. It's out on 301.
Those ain't nowhere near us either.
Well,
We don't have any around
but
here.
I mean, they're close to another village. Where Oxford Oaks is way out there by itself. It's not near any of the villages, so.
David said it looks as nice here as it does down there tonight.
Oh, it's really nice out here tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets much darker. We're going to have to cut this off and go in.
Yeah. I haven't even had a mosquito bother me.
We don't have mosquitoes here.
Oh, for God's sake. We got mosquitoes everywhere.
I have never been bitten by a mosquito.
Well, they don't like you.
I think maybe you got fleas.
No, like, you know, they've sprayed, and so they're not, sometimes they're terrible. But like I said, it's not that bad right now.
David says vanilla and chocolate, right? Yeah. You know, give me some, my favorite cake, and I don't even know what do you call it. I always call it wedding cake. That's the best for me. The icing, all that stuff is really, really good. But generally speaking, if she makes a cake around here, it's usually chocolate, but I'm kind of persnickety about the icing. And some of the icing that she's had, and I don't know where she gets it, it's almost like bubble gum on top of that cake, and I just don't like it.
Oh. Well, I make chocolate because you like chocolate. You
Actually,
like chocolate cake?
my favorite cake is orange cake.
Yes, I love orange cake.
And you can't hardly find it anywhere.
Well,
But it's an orange cake that I had that I'll call, whatever it is, that wedding cake icing. That's a special icing. Put that on top of the orange cake.
I like the cream cheese icing.
I had
on
lemon
that,
cake
so.
somewhere, and that was good. My favorite that I had in Indiana that you can't get anywhere anymore was black walnut cake with black walnut icing.
Yeah.
Damn it, that was good.
Yeah.
Grandpa Eric says, hey, Wrestler, ain't it just great hanging out with Skip and Sue? Just saying.
Yeah. sitting here on the porch.
Well, where's Healthy Home Cooking? How come she's not on here talking to us?
Well, she's probably busy this time of the evening.
She's probably ignoring me again.
Oh, well.
Ooh, you feel that? I just felt that finger that she just flipped me off with.
She had a few things to say about you last night, but you missed them.
Huh?
I said she had a few things to say about you last night, but you missed them.
I saw them. I just ignored them. So the only problem Village has got down here is me.
Yeah, well.
AJ said he liked the interview with the police chief.
Yeah, I thought went real well. Our granddaughter called us and told us she thought it went real well. She liked it. Interesting.
Cindy G said the sheriff was an excellent guest. He would have been if I had a sheriff, Cindy. Just picking on you. I wasn't a sheriff. That was Fruitland Park's chief of police.
And I'd like to get a little bit more interesting people like that.
Well, that's what I was asking him. I said, is this the kind of guest that you want? This is the kind of guest you're interested in? Or are you not? You're more interested in new construction. You're more interested in me maybe interviewing a contractor that builds homes, that kind of stuff. Or you're not interested in the Medicare guy or the guy that hangs gutters or that stuff. Yeah. And so far, they seem to think that the chief was a good interview, but nobody has answered my question.
Well, like I said, I'm working on another guest. I got to see when you got an opening.
Well, if everything works out, July I have a guest, August I have a guest, and I think the Medicare expert, if I remember right, said that he's in for October. So I have maybe September, and that's it for now.
Okay. Well, I might say this till next year.
And I got a special show that I was going to do that includes some of my Patreon members. And so far, only 3 of them's volunteered. I was wanting to get like a half a dozen, at least 3 more, but I haven't got them. And I can't say on here because it's a Patreon member thing. Hopefully, if there's any Patreon members on here other than Bill B, that they'll send them emails to me. Bill says the interview with the police chief was excellent. David says he agrees. Do people have bug zappers down there? None that I've ever seen.
Nah.
We don't really have that many bugs. I mean, you'll hear her whine about mosquitoes no matter where I live. It's always about mosquitoes. I have never been bitten by a mosquito in 8 years here. And the truth is, you go down to the squares to have these lights, the street lights that light up everything. I defy you to go down there and sit in a chair and watch them lights and tell me how many bugs you see flying around those lights. The odds are you're going to see none. Look here. Look at any of these street lights around here. Are the lights in people's front yards or my own light? Look, you don't see any bugs flying around. There's nothing. So we don't really have that many bugs. Now, I'm not saying we have 0 bugs. I'm not saying that. I'm just simply saying under the normal conditions, I don't have, by this time in Indiana, by this time of night, the mosquitoes would have run us off the porch. Right. We'd be in the house. Right. But out here,
like you said, they have sprayed and
they sprayed in Indiana. It didn't make any difference. It seems like they just sucked it up like a straw.
Yeah. But they like me, so they find me no matter where I'm at, so.
But bug zappers, I don't know if anybody's got one.
No, I don't either.
And if they did have one, it'd probably be in the back somewhere because I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to have that in the front yard. Yeah. Somebody would complain. But I don't know of any.
I don't.
We just don't need them.
Yeah. Now, I went out in the backyard to watch a launch the last time at night, and there was mosquitoes out. But
yeah, we've done that.
Yeah.
We go out in the back porch back there, that you guys have probably never seen, and we sit in a chair out there and we watch them launch the rockets over there at NASA. I guess NASA.
Yeah. They launched one today, actually. Was it today? Yeah, it was still in the daylight though. Today or yesterday.
I like the night launches. I can see better.
Yeah, I don't see much during the day other than the the trail looks like a jet trail. in the
David
daytime.
says, almost like we're sitting with you. Yeah, that's what we talked about earlier. People say, have I got a green screen in my studio and stuff? And the answer is yes, I do have a green screen. I have used it a couple of times, but I feel like I'm losing what I'm looking for when I use the darn thing. I like the idea of just keeping things kind of natural, and that way it feels like you feel like you're sitting in the room with me, and we're just like talking over the kitchen table and having a cup of coffee, just like sitting out here. I got nothing special going on here, and people seem to like it. And so I just, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, it's true.
Russ Coon says he's porch sitting in Indy with zucchini bread. There's another thing I haven't had in a long time,
Yes.
zucchini bread.
We haven't had any zucchini in a long time. I
He,
have to
he
remember.
said no skeeters tonight. That's
Nice.
that's an Indiana word, ain't it?
Oh yeah, skeeter.
Skeeters.
I'll have to get some. All the zucchini I've been baking and eating.
John Tomalia said, did you ever meet with Jerry and Linda? Yes. When they first came down here, they came over to the house. I didn't have a chance to talk to them because I was busy next door helping Donnie move. And then we had him on our WNL show to advertise his YouTube channel because they had told me he was going to start a YouTube channel to help get him started, with subscribers and stuff like that.
Oh, and he is just too smart. He skunked all of us when it come to the games.
Yeah. And they played a game with us and everything. And so, yeah, we had him on the channel. Then he says, would I collaborate with them? The answer to that is no, because they do things totally different than I do. And so our collaboration would never work.
I haven't seen him for a while, actually.
Skip Richard says, sitting on Cape Cod, just a few. Cape Cod. Oh, I know where that is. Our neighbor used to live at, he's got houses up there,
Yeah.
rental homes. That's where Heart Attack Bob come from.
Yeah. But it's nice up there too, on the water.
Says, how about an estate planner as a guest? Well, I'd be glad to do that, but I don't know one.
Yeah.
I mean, truth is, I don't know one. So you got to have one to know that you can call and say, hey, would you do this for me? And I don't know one. Arvin 2010 says, mosquitoes down here bite me all the time and also in the squares. It just must be you people drawing these mosquitoes or something.
They're drawn to certain scents because I said they will find me if they're out here. Although I'm not being bothered by them, but I have gotten bitten taking the trash out or whatever.
Gerard Ullman said, thoughts on Marnock Grove? I don't really have thoughts on Marnock Grove.
Yeah, well, we don't know much about the newer areas.
I mean, we've
down
been
there.
in the area.
Yeah, it's a nice area.
Yeah, they're not too far from, what's that new shopping center called there?
Magnolia.
Is it Magnolia Plaza?
Yeah.
Then you got that big rec center next to it.
And Everglades.
I think the softball fields are there.
Yeah. Sawgrass will be opening soon.
Well, I'm going to say got Sawgrass around there. They're within 10-minute golf cart ride of a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't really have any bad thoughts about it.
I haven't heard anybody say anything bad now.
I don't have anything really good to say about it because I don't know if I've ever actually.
We did a video of a house down there
Did I?
once, but it's been a while.
Yeah, I got nothing bad to say about it. I mean, it's not really close to the interstate, right? Or is it?
That I don't know.
That'd be the only thing I consider. That would be the interstate noise. I don't know how close it is. I don't remember, but it's the interstate noise. I'd look into that.
Yeah.
Gordon Kyler says, you're a lucky man, Skip, having Sue for 51 years. It's a matter of opinion.
We couldn't live without me, you know that.
Says, today was supposed to be our 32nd anniversary. Cancer decided otherwise.
Oh.
Well, cancer's tough. Sue's had cancer. And Deb had cancer. I've had cancer, nothing serious, skin cancer and things, dug out of my shoulder, whatever the hell that was. So, what do you do? I mean, I've had a lot of relatives that's died of cancer. My dad's brother had lung cancer. My grandfather died of pancreatic cancer. I mean, cancer is just one of them things that, you know, it's like a lot of things we do. I just always wonder how many years you got to keep putting up with this before finally somebody says, hey, I found a cure. It just keeps going.
And there's so many different kinds, and they're, you know, they find a cure for one, and then they have to work on the next one.
Bill B says all of our guests has been interesting. Well, thanks, Bill. We'll keep plugging along. But like I tell everybody when we have these live things, I don't do videos about it. But if anybody knows anybody that wants to come on the show, that's worth having on the show, we're more than glad. Basically, we look for sponsors, and that's another thing that we try to get those when we can. We don't get them a lot, but we do get them once in a while. So, you know, we'll work on it, and we'll see what we can do. Grandpa Eric says, Skip, you must have an immunity to Florida bugs. No matter where I sat, indoors or out, I was an open buffet. They said it drove me out of Florida.
Yeah.
So,
Well, you know, when I go to Indiana, that's how it is. First time I go out the door when it's dark, and they'll find me. I don't have that problem here right now, but
I'm going to say I've been out here now for talking on this thing for 96 minutes, and I have never seen, heard, or been bitten by a bug.
no, I haven't either, and that's unusual. So like I said, they have sprayed here recently, but because with these bushes along here, there's usually some around.
Vic Madeira, am I saying that right? Says, I'm moving up to DeLuna, and road noise is overblown. Does that mean DeLuna is overblown with road noise, or are you saying you're moving out of that other neighborhood the guy just asked about?
Monarch Grove.
Monarch Grove. Did you move out of Monarch Grove because of the road noise?
And then DeLuna is, they're just selling those new homes there left and right now.
Yeah. Bill B says, I live in Monarch Grove, and he says, we love it. So,
Yeah.
I don't think there's that much road noise there.
Well, and we did a video with the guy down there. We went through his house and all, and I was noticing the noise
Oh, well.
from the traffic. He said it didn't bother him.
Was he deaf?
Well, no, you just said it didn't bother him. So, you know, now some people that's used to living in the city, they're used to that kind of noise, and it doesn't.
The noise probably wouldn't bother me. I'd probably never hear it.
Well, yeah, and you deaf as a doornail, but yeah. I don't know. Once you get used to the quiet here,
You got to remember, and I'm not picking on anybody, but you got to remember, some of these people come from large cities.
yeah,
Like if you come from New York, and I've heard people say this, they got so used to listening to, look at this. Let me turn this
see in the
around.
dark.
Well, you can't really see it, can you? Let me see. No, you really can't see it. Somebody just came by it on rollerblades. They're so used to hearing sirens all the time, people blowing their horns all the time, and all this and that. A lady actually told me, said it took her a while to actually get a good night's sleep here because all that noise was gone.
Yeah,
And she was used to it.
yeah.
And I can relate to that because I slept in the back of a semi truck for years. I'm used to the rumble of the motor underneath of me. And I slept in it when a team operation, so I'm used to sleeping in a truck while it's still rolling down the road.
Yeah. Now you turn the TV off at night and you can't sleep.
Turn the TV off at night, and I'm probably going to wake up. It's just, I don't know. I mean, it's just one of them things you got to get used to.
Yeah.
Dave Dempsey says, I live in Monarch Grove, and there is one street that backs up to the turnpike that I'd avoid, but otherwise no problem with the noise. Well, there you go. There's a guy that lives there. One street. So if you go down there and look around, just, here she comes again. Wait a minute. God damn it.
Probably too dark to see.
I don't know. Did you guys see it? Is it too dark? Did you see her rollerblading by? It's probably some kid visiting mom and dad because she looked too young to live here.
Yeah.
But and she had no flashy thing. It's getting dark. No clothes you can see at night.
I look like a Christmas tree when I'm out there.
Everybody should do that. If you're going to go out at night walking or whatever you're doing, riding bicycles, you can't hang enough flashy things on you.
Yeah.
Vic Madeira says it's not noisy. Well, there you go. If it's not noisy, there's nothing wrong with the neighborhood. I just don't have an opinion about it because I don't live there.
Yeah. Well, a couple of them that has lived there said they don't have a problem with it. So.
You know, sometimes you'll have people ask you all the time saying, what's the best neighborhood? Trust me when I tell you, there is no best neighborhood. All the neighborhoods are good. But you'll have to pick out a neighborhood that's kind of close to what it is you're looking for. If you want to play golf a lot, then you want to pick a home within your price range that's kind of in the middle of a whole bunch of golf. And if you want to go to, say, I don't know, a swimming pool every day, and we have neighbors here that do that, they go to the pool every day. Well, then you want to probably live within a reasonable distance of walking or whatever to your neighborhood pool or whatever. So it's just that kind of stuff. So just know what it is you want to do, and that will narrow your search down a lot.
Yeah. We have actually right now we have 4 houses in this neighborhood for sale.
Yeah, we got 4 houses in my neighborhood. Come be my neighbor. I sound like Mr. Rogers. Come be my neighbor.
Won't you be my neighbor? I didn't realize that there was that many, but there is.
Kaylee B, I know you're a cop. It says, how about a guest that is someone from the group that helps those who have been victims of fraud in the villages? I don't know who that is.
You know, they do have a crimes against seniors.
That's the cops.
Here.
That's a law.
But I mean, they have a regular service for that. I can't forget what they call it.
They have no legal authority to do anything. Cops do. And they have a satellite station right over here at Fruitland Park. I should have brought that up last night, and I didn't. And it's in our rec center. And they use that for crimes against seniors. And that's what it's for.
Where's that? Okay.
Yeah, and that's where it is. But as far as a group here that helps out with those that are victims of fraud, I assume she means to maybe help them in a way of pointing them in the right direction, call this guy about legal services. I don't know what that means, and I don't know who that group is. I mean, I don't know every group here. There's like 5,000, 10,000 different groups that do everything that you can imagine, and I don't know who the leaders are. I don't have their phone numbers. I damn sure don't have email addresses.
I'll look into it.
And really what I really depend on is you, the viewer. If you know somebody here in the villages, a group or something like that would like to advertise what they're doing, talk about what they're doing, to build up their memberships, I need you to tell them to get in contact with me. Everybody knows my email on my videos on my channel, so I'm the easiest guy to get a hold of. Hell, even Newsy, the news network, they found me through my videos and came to my house and interviewed me. So I'm an easy guy to find.
So I'll look see who's in charge of that because I really don't know.
Vic Hudo says, wait a minute. Joy Hudo says, Mick DeMar, oh, she must be talking to Vic. Never mind.
She's new too.
Well, then she says another one would be somebody in their late 40s, early 50s, and talk about their perspective about living in the villages. That'd be great too. Guess what? I don't know them people either. I don't have their phone number. I don't have their email number. You tell them to give me a call or give me a shout on my email, and I'll talk to them. You know, I did a video on talking. I don't knock on doors. I don't necessarily go out and look for a guest. They generally get a hold of me. By the way, that big lizard came over here a while ago, and I swear to God, he tried to bite my ankle. He bumped against me, like he was trying to take a bite, but you know, he can't do it. But
like Katie couldn't get his mouth open wide enough.
She tried to bite me too, though, several times.
Yeah.
Vic says, once you get off the road at Marsh Bend, there is a very little road noise from the turnpike. Well, there you go. If that little bit of noise don't bother you, it shouldn't be no problem. I guess the only thing I would recommend, and I'm just recommending it off the top of my head because I heard Sue say it once, and I think it's right. She says go to the area you want to buy down there if it's fairly close to the interstate or within whatever distance of the interstate. Go early in the morning and just sit out there in your car and listen, or go out there at 5 o'clock in the afternoon or 6 and sit out there and just listen, because that's when everybody, the early morning rush hour and the late rush hours, because there's a lot of people in Orlando that commute up here. And that's where the highway noise will be at its worst.
Yeah, remember we almost bought that Christmas tree farm next to the interstate.
Lovescape CC says best YouTube channel about the villages. Amazing interview with the police chief. Yeah, the police chief was good. I mean, I liked it. It went pretty well. I guess it could have got off track there, but you just don't even know. You have no idea how much I sweat bullets thinking that my Wi-Fi or something was going to mess up right in the middle of this interview or something like that. So that's what I was worried about. That's why I brought him in early. I wanted to get, while everything was working, I wanted to get him in, get it done, get him off. And then if my Wi-Fi screwed up after that, it's a big deal, but it's not as big a deal. Skip Richard says those cabs were nearly as quiet as today's. I don't know what that means. Did I say something about cabs? Or he might be talking to somebody else.
Yeah.
Never mind.
I have no idea what
I
that
keep
means.
forgetting that these guys talk to each other all the time.
Yeah.
Please do a video of Lake Okahumpka Rec Center when it opens. That'll be Judy's job. And so I don't know if they're even building it yet. I suppose they are.
They are. Yeah, it's coming along pretty quick.
Yeah, we have to get her down there in her golf cart and walk around and do some. Matter of fact, didn't she done some pictures here on the last WNL show about Lake Okahumpka and a restaurant they're building and some stuff they're building down there. You might go back on last month's WNL show and check it out. She had some pictures of the Lake Okahumpka area and something going on.
The rec center is still being built, so you can't go in or anything like that. But they're coming along on it really quick.
Kelly B says, yes, that's the group, Sue. Did you say there was a group?
The Crimes Against Seniors?
That's a law. That's not a group.
No.
Yeah, there's a law. They can charge you with a law about crimes against seniors.
But there's people that do that work.
Oh, they do?
That's
But what's the name of the group?
That's what it's called.
Oh, well, you get in touch with them.
Well, I will.
Yeah, that's Sue's job. Or, hey, Kelly, you can email them too and tell them to get a hold of me. By the way, Kelly, I know you're a cop and you're wanting to move here and you was going to retire when you were 50, I think, and come here. I'm assuming that you're getting close to maybe coming here. You heard what the chief said last night, that you could take that test or whatever. Uh-oh.
What now?
I don't know.
Run out of juice?
I don't know. My screen is not focusing here for some reason. Is that just me?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't got my phone.
Yeah, there it goes. Oh, you know what? It's not focusing because it's dark out.
Oh, okay.
And it has nothing to focus on. So I'm trying to find a light or something for it to focus on.
You want me to turn the outside light on? Would that help?
Ooh, look at my face. I look like Sammy Terry.
You have to explain that. A lot of people don't know who Sammy Terry is.
Oh, you know who Sammy Terry is? Yeah, you might turn the lights on.
Okay.
In here.
Oh, and I found the mosquito.
I just saw our neighbor take her trash out and she's just wearing her house coat. I just find that funny, that's all. Can you see a little better now with the lights on? We turn it around. You don't want to look at me. You want to, well, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. I'll get Sue to come over here maybe and sit. We take this here. Oh, God. Yeah, it's not really doing a very good job, is it? Oh, that's scary. Maybe I'm talking too much. We've been doing this long enough. God dang.
Okay.
I always come out here thinking I'll be here for half an hour, and I'm out here 3 hours later still
You
jabbering.
never shut up. You just talk. So I don't know how long I was.
Anyway,
gone.
she says that's the group, so that's who she's talking about.
Okay, crimes against seniors. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
will. I will look into it.
Huh?
I'll look into it.
Well, they got an office over there.
Yeah.
Well, no, the police department does. They use that for crimes against seniors.
I did not know that. I knew they had one.
Well, they probably use it for other things too, but that's one of the things they use it for. There's also a crime here about committing a crime on a person over the age of 65.
That's it.
That's a felony.
Crimes against seniors.
That's, oh. I could have swore I read police reports where it said they were charged with crimes against seniors.
Well, that may be what they charge
I think that's the
them with,
name of the law.
But there's also a group here
Okay.
that you can report.
Okay. Anyway, she says that's the group, so get a hold of them if they got somebody that ain't over the age of 90 that knows how to do
Internet. Okay.
internet. See, this is another problem we have here, and I'm not poking fun, I'm just telling you facts. That a lot of these people that I try to do business with and try to get them on the show and whatever, they don't know how to work a computer. And we can't bring them on as a guest because they don't know how to do that. And I try to explain to them how it's easy peasy, really. Or they'll tell you, I don't have a computer, I just use my cell phone. I generally don't like to bring guests on with just a cell phone. It never works out right. Or they'll tell you that I got a computer, but it's 12 years old. Well, the cameras and stuff on them just aren't compatible, and it's just always an issue.
So
She says, I'll have my cousin contact you, Skip. She is 50 and has been in the villages for about a year and would be great. That's cool. If she's open to questions and sometimes on the comments, she might see a critic. You have to be open to that. And you have to learn to get a little bit of tough skin. And if she does get on, I mean, I'm liable to ask a couple of tough questions. But before we do the show, I always have a pre-show interview to check her system, make sure her lighting's right, make sure the camera's good. And when we do all that, then I'll explain a bunch of things to her and how it'll probably go. I mean, and then if she's good with that, then we'll put her on the schedule. But as of right now, the only month I'm going to have open for any kind of a guest is going to be September. Because we're good this month, next month. The Medicare expert's going to be October. And then September right now, we don't have anybody.
okay.
So, but I might use September for the special thing I got going on with the Patreon members.
Okay.
But that's iffy too. Because my Patreon members are a bunch of old people that probably don't know how to work their computers.
Oh, you're gonna pay for that. You are gonna pay for that. Yeah.
They're not going to say, they're not. They come to the lunch and they rag on me all the time.
Well, what's everybody doing this time of night? I mean, I know what we're doing. What's everybody doing this time?
Well,
of night?
apparently they don't have nothing to do in their life where they wouldn't be sitting here listening to this old man out here in the middle of the night talking on the front porch. By the way, I just got hit by a bug of some kind.
Oh, you think?
First one.
First one.
Since you turned the light on.
Yeah. Well, nice. I got one too. No. It's not that they aren't there.
David Kovac says, how about a guest helping with DIY golf cart maintenance? That sounds like a good idea too.
Yeah.
Everybody here's got a golf cart or two.
Yeah.
And we always have to take them down to the villages and get, bent over to get stuff fixed on them. And just like mine, I had it fixed, and they pretty well told me, that we don't have any clutch belts. So they put on this factory second clutch belt of some kind, and they said, we'll call you when they come in. Yeah, they're not going to call me. I'm going to have to call them and make a pest of myself. Have I ever tried pawpaw bread? I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is.
I don't think so.
I thought pawpaw bread was a natural kind of a thing that happened in nature.
Never heard of it, actually.
Yeah, they talked about it in the Bible.
Really?
It came down, and the people ate it.
Well, I remember singing a nursery rhyme about pawpaws when I was little. Picking up pawpaws, put them in a basket.
Apparently this ain't got nothing to do with that. It says having a bumper crop of Indiana bananas this year. So it must be something you make out of bananas.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's banana bread he's talking about. I like
love
banana bread. Banana bread to me tastes just like zucchini bread.
Yeah.
But you make some, Russ. I'll eat it.
Yeah, we haven't had any zucchini bread. And I said, we used to have a garden that had all that stuff in it, but we don't have that here, so.
Virginia says, hi, I thought you were going to do more drone videos. I never said that. I have a very good drone in there. I got the, it's an older one now, but it's the DJI Phantom. Got a couple of extra new batteries for it. Those are expensive. They're like $169 a piece. And I got extra everything. And I was going to take it in my RV basically and use that because I thought, you know, flying in the mountains and the desert would be a cool thing to do. But
Because you're scared of losing it.
no, well, yeah, I kind of am. I'm not a professional at this thing, but I'm really not because if it gets out of range or whatever, it's got this return to home period. So that don't really scare me that much. But what bothers me about it more than anything is storage. You see how big that suitcase is to take that thing around, and how much storage we got in this camper. We're like full now.
Yeah.
And it's storage. I just don't.
Way in the house.
Yeah, I mean, if when we're going, you can't even hardly sit in the dining area while we're traveling because underneath the dining table is full of stuff that we've got shoved under there, between camera gear and all this other stuff we take.
Yeah.
It's you got to draw a line somewhere, and so the drone was the one thing that I said, I'm just going to leave it here. I haven't used it around here very much because you got drone channels here, and that's kind of their main thing is what they do, and I don't like stepping on other people's feet, so I stay away from it. And then you got Papa Pineapples, you know, he does it. And so if I need any drone shots, I usually just call Papa Pineapples and pay him whatever he wants and tell him to go drone something for me and send me the footage. And that's how it usually works out.
So we have this terribly expensive thing sitting in the closet.
It is an expensive thing, and I have considered, of course, I mentioned this a long time ago too. I said, I think I'm going to sell it. I don't really like selling anything. I never did. I buy something, I usually keep it like forever. And I was going to sell this thing like 6 months ago. Somebody wanted to buy it, and I said, I think I'll sell it. And then I didn't sell it. And then 2 months ago or 3 months ago, I made a statement saying, I might just put it on eBay. Turn it around. People coming back from the square, that's where they're coming from. And then I didn't sell it. And it's in the closet in there. I don't know. The drone thing doesn't really interest me all that much. I know they take really good shots. And I do believe the camera that's on that drone, I'll have to get the specs out. I don't really remember, but I'm thinking it's 4K. The gimbal on it works perfect. It's a great gimbal. And I may sell it, or I may not. I don't know. I hate to sell something I know works. It's like that RV. I had a guy actually send me an email saying, hey, if you're wanting to sell it, I'm really interested. I sent him one back. I said, I'll let you know. That was 4 or 5 months ago.
Oh, my.
Because it's hard, because when you have an RV that's shit, and we had one, and then when you got one that 99% of it works okay, it's just hard to get rid of
Yeah,
it.
it's hard to let go of it because we know this one works.
Yeah, the only thing that's wrong with it is that electric step, but that's because I took it off.
Yeah.
I got tired of dicking with it. And if Wayne ever gets back home, I'm liable to take a little trip in it and go back up to Panama City and have him fix that for me. Not that I really need it. I guess that's why I don't prioritize fixing it, because we really don't need it. And it's just one of the things you know is going to quit sooner or later again.
Yeah.
They all do. So anyway, I don't know yet. I don't know about a lot of things, so I just kind of set. Before I make a dumb mistake and do something I really regret later, I set on it for a long time. But you make me some pawpaw bread, Russ. I'll give it a shot. You know, I had a banana tree back here, but it must have been the wrong banana tree. It grew like crazy, and it produced every year. But it was these little bitty bananas, almost like decorative bananas. And we would take them off. I tried what everybody told me to do, and then we'd open them up, and they were just no good. You couldn't eat them. So I finally got rid of the banana tree.
And you should have just left it there. I mean, it was pretty.
It was nice to look at,
Yeah.
but they're dirty. Every time the wind blows, the leaves fall apart. I just didn't care for it. Kelly says, yes, 50. That's when you're retiring. So you're not 50 now, right? I mean, you're going to retire at 50, and you're considering. Anyway, what I was getting at, you heard the chief last night say if you were looking for maybe a job to do or something to stay busy, which you probably will, because at that young age, I can't see you sitting back drinking martinis and going to ladies' lunch every month. I just can't see you doing that. But what I can see you doing is maybe working part-time, being one of them, what do you call it, school guards. You had to take a test, and then you had to take a test to be an armed school guard, and you can work at these schools up there for him, Fruitland Park, I guess, for the school. That to me sounds like it'd be a perfect job for a retired cop.
Yeah.
Or they could be a right here in the villages. Bill B's a retired cop, and he's got a job being a not a patrol officer,
Community
but
watch, isn't it?
what do you call it?
Community watch.
Community watch. He just drives around a lot, and they have certain things they do. They do a lot more than what people see, and I know that. But you could do that.
Yeah.
Only thing I'll tell you is when you come down here, do not expect to make the money you're making there.
Yeah. Anywhere, actually. Florida has not got high wages for anything. That's why they have such a hard time getting medical personnel down here.
House coat. I'm not laughing. She came out here and set her garbage out, and she had her house coat on.
Who?
Right here.
Oh.
She does that all the time. It's not a big deal.
I didn't know they were still here.
Yeah, she just took her some stuff out there, and she came out here in her house coat. A lot of people do that.
Oh, yeah.
For the first year I was here, and Sue was right here to tell you that I'm telling you the exact truth. I used to take the garbage out every week. I don't do it now. Sue does it. Well, most of the time. But I used to come out here all the time to get the morning newspaper or to bring our garbage out, and I came out in my underwear. Because I wore boxer shorts. I know, too much information, right? But I wore my boxer shorts. At nighttime, it looks like swimming trunks, right?
Yeah.
So and she used to tell me, you quit doing that. You quit doing that. One of these days, they're going to call the cops on you. Okay. Who? Who? Who's out here?
I know. I come out and get the paper in my pajamas every morning. Nobody cares.
I heard that one. That was a mosquito.
Yeah.
See, the lights did it.
Mm-hmm. They found us.
Yeah. Did I have a plantain tree? I don't know what I had. I was at a flea market, and they had like coffee cans full of these small banana tree starts. And I said, we first moved down here, and the idea of living in the tropics for me was exciting. I kept thinking, because up north, you don't know us, we had huge gardens, a lot of stuff. We like to grow stuff. So I thought, boy, first thing I thought of was bamboo, and the second thing I thought of was banana tree. Mm-hmm. So we did both. And
Palm trees.
They're both gone now. The bamboo I got was called clumping bamboo. You do not want to buy what they call running bamboo. I get emails all the time, people telling me, watch that bamboo, it'll take off. No, you buy clumping bamboo. Villages got it planted everywhere. It doesn't go anywhere. But what it does do, it gets bigger round. And after it gets so big around, you want to try to thin it out. Well, it's hard.
And it gets very tall.
It does get very tall. Mine got 35 feet tall. I didn't like it that tall. Well, the problem with that is if you have to trim the top of it off, bamboo grows so fast. I was literally trimming the top of this thing off every week. It just wore me out. And I know as I get older, I'm not going to want to do that on a 90-degree day. So a little bit at a time, I got rid of it. And the banana tree just didn't work out. I just felt like if I can't eat it, I don't want it.
Yeah, and for some reason they stayed green. I don't know if it was a plantain
All
or
right.
if it was just a decorative banana or what.
Yeah, and it was just
it never ripened.
it was just a tree I bought for like $2.50.
They just never ripened.
And
there was tons of them.
It just never took off on me,
Yeah.
and so that's how I got rid of that.
I love the look of the leaves, though. Those were so pretty.
Gator says, I closed on a house last week, pre-owned home 1 mile south of Lake Sumter Landing. You'll like it.
Cool.
I don't know what village that is. It kind of sounds like it might be the village of maybe Mallory. That's pretty close south. That's coming this way.
Yeah.
So south.
Or maybe Duval is the farthest.
could be Mallory Hill. It could be, I don't know what. It could be out through there. It could be around the Mallory Golf Course there somewhere, I would think.
Okay.
Somewhere in that
Great
area.
area though.
Or what's that one big rec center there on the right as you come south? Big, they're putting in a walking trail there.
Lake Miona.
Might be down around Lake Miona area. Nice area.
Yeah.
Be honest with you, I would have bought anywhere in that area when we sold our first house because we liked that area. But when they announced where Brownwood Square was going to be, just like now, you seen how the price of houses went up when they had COVID? That's what happened there. Just overnight. A $200,000 house tomorrow because they announced Brownwood was over here, $300,000, just overnight. And we said no.
I think it's about time to wrap it up, Eddie.
I am. But
Yeah, yeah.
so he's going to plant a fig tree. I don't know what that is.
A fig tree?
Only thing I know about figs is Fig Newton.
Well, that's where you get the fig from, yeah. I've never
Arnavon says, down here by Sawgrass, we don't wear house coats. We are all young seniors down here, Skip. Yeah, it is a younger age down there. I know that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing that you want to watch. I've learned this. Up north is the older area. Lake Sumter's a little older, or a little younger. Brownwood's a little younger, and the Fenney is probably the youngest average area. What you want to watch to learn anything, see what's happening in the older areas because that will drift down to your area in say 15 years. 15 years. Because when we first moved here, we were like you are now. Everything was pristine and new. Nobody had all these trees. They had to plant them. Everybody knew everybody.
Everybody did their own yard work.
Everybody followed the rules, your district rules, because we all knew what they was. It was always done a certain way. And now we are 8 years later, and then you start seeing a difference. You start seeing changes that people was complaining about 5 years ago in Lake Sumter, and now we're kind of seeing it on a small scale, but we're kind of seeing some of that here now. And what you see here now, 5, 6 years later, you're going to see it maybe down there. So just kind of learn from the older areas because that's going to happen in your area. You may not know that yet, but it is.
Not y'all.
Vic says he's renting a villa in Bonnybrook for 3 months. That's the way to do it, man. Come down here in the summer, especially the summer. Rent yourself something that's in an area or that's close to whatever it is you want to do, golf, whatever. I don't care where you live. That makes no difference. All the houses are reasonably the same. And just experience the place. 3 months is good, especially if you got a golf cart. You'll have plenty of time to get out and explore and look and talk and do and see. And then you'll know, do you want to live here or do you want to go somewhere else? Because, not everybody likes it here. I've had a lot of people tell me we came down, we stayed for a month, and it just wasn't for us. That's fair. I mean, why would you come down and spend $250,000 or more for a house and then not like it? Don't make sense to me. And then learn about whatever area you're going to buy in. One, about the bond payment, how much is it? And two, all the fees that's going to be attached to your property, maintenance fee, amenity fee, all these different fees. Get a list of what they are if you're going to finance the house, and then you'll kind of know where you're going to be at every month. How much is a light bill? I don't know what it is in every month because different areas of the villages has different light companies. So check that stuff out. Oh, that's Sue in there. She must be emptying out the trash can. See, guys, if you just ignore something long enough, they'll do it because they can't stand looking at it. Carol Wee says she's in her first rental with an enclosed line and she liked it very much. Carol, you're getting ready to close on a house you bought. You're getting close. You are this close. So when you close on it, give me a call. My camera batteries are all charged up and I'm ready to go. And when we're down there, maybe we can go down to that new restaurant that I hear a lot about. What's it called? Judy just talked about it last night on the show. I'm going to say Revel. Am I saying it right? Revel, whatever. Sounds interesting to me. I might like to try that. Or maybe we'll go over to McGrady's, and I don't know anything about that place either, truthfully. Chester Aaron says, "Hey Skip, hey Chester. Don't ask me why I'm still sitting out here. It didn't start out this way. I I came out here thinking we'll have a beer talk for half an hour because this thing got hot the other day and shut off on my porch setting. And I wanted to ask people a specific question. And really that was about it. And then I thought after about a half hour, we're going to close it. And what can I tell you? I ramble, and here I am, 130 minutes later, still rambling. It was daylight when I started this. You know what? This is the first nighttime live thing I've ever done. The first. Bugs. I'm getting them now. Mosquitoes are cause that light right there. Yeah. Okay, guys. I think it's Raviel, like when they blow the Reveille. Oh, okay, Reveille. Maybe that's it. That sounds about right. Anyway, Carol, call me when you're ready. I got my cameras ready, and we'll run down there real quick. And then, like I say, if you're not doing anything, and I know you probably got a lot to do. You probably got furniture shopping to do, and who knows what you're going to do. There's so many things you can do. I said it a long time ago, buying a new house here in a village is the most expensive, brand new, fixer-upper home you'll ever buy. I take that with a grain of salt. I'm just making fun. We've all been through it. I've been through it. Everybody's been through it. But it's true. Everything gets changed. But anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for coming. Sorry it took so long. And I'll see all you guys later on. And I'll do a couple of videos. I am going to do, Carol's nice enough. She's invited me to video her brand new home. I don't know what model it is or anything before she does anything. And then when she gets things done, who knows when that'll be, I'm going to go down there with the same home and do an after video. And that's how I get those done. I don't generally go around bothering people. If they ask me to do it, I will. And I share it with you guys to see the different styles of homes, the different types of homes. And generally, it's just a walkthrough I do. And what I usually point out is some of the new building or designer things that I notice there that I've never noticed anywhere else in the villages. And there are some differences. Everywhere they go and they start building homes, you'll see subtle changes, just little things that you may not notice that I do notice. So with that being said, I'm going to get out of here. Thanks for coming. Anybody that has any preferences on guests or whatever that you can help with, send them to me. And I'll give you all the information they need to get a hold of me. And with that being said, just keep coming to the W&L show. I need more subscribers, more than I don't want to say more than I need now. I really don't need any subscribers right now. You want to know the truth. But it's just something YouTubers always say. Hey, this lights up my face. You can see me better, huh? Just more subscribers. I need more views. This 1,500 to 1,600 views on a video straight across the shoulder, that's not going to cut it. We're going to need a lot more than that. And so that's what's guided me. I look at to see what's getting the most views, and that's the direction I head. If I put up a video, and I'll tell you one right off get-go. I did a video here a while back that was viewer questions and comments. Something just flew in my eye. Wait a minute. God dang it. I think that mosquito flew in my eye. Okay. It's gone now. And I thought those always did good for me in the past. Always. I always got a lot of views on viewer question and comments. So I did one, right? It just shows you everybody else is doing them. And I think that video to this day, and I put that video up like 2 months ago. I think it's only got like 1,500 or 1,600 views. That's not going to cut it. So my mind says, I'm probably not going to do any more of those, because it's just not getting the views. And that's what determines not just me. That's what determines every YouTuber here, what their content's going to be future down the road. So I don't know what I'm going to do. There could be a chance that my views could go down to the point where I'll cancel my own show because it's a lot of work and it's zero money really from YouTube. It's just nothing for the work. I'd be better off getting a part-time job being a waiter. Anyway, get out of here. I'll keep you guys informed about the cop ride-along, with the drug dog and all that. You know about as much about that as I do. I've done them before in the past where I lived in Indiana with friends that I had on the police force. I don't know anybody here other than the chief. And so I don't know. I don't know what to expect. I don't know what I can video. Don't know what I can't video. It's all going to be a learning experience for me. I don't know if it's going to be a daytime ride. I don't know if it's going to be a nighttime ride. We'll see. And I'll keep you informed the best that I can. With that being said, I'm going to get out of here and say thanks for coming, thanks for subscribing, and thanks for watching my videos. See you all on the other side.